Wait, what year is it? 2026? Dear God, I'm getting ancient. Alright, it's 2026. Oh dear God. Let me just say that these past 15 years have practically flown by. Oh my goodness. I honestly cannot believe that we have hit the 15th anniversary already. Yeah, that's pretty scary, not gonna lie. Considering that we still don't have a finished product. I'm hoping that this year is our year. I really do hope that this year is our year. Things are looking like it will be our year, to publish this. That being said, we have been asked one really important question. How is Crying Wolf made? Like, what process do we have in the creation of this book series? I thought that I would kick off this year with answering that question. First off, though, I would like to acknowledge that the 5 missing episodes of Character Discussion Week for last year have not been released yet, I understand. I ended up with a massive head cold at the end of the year that stopped me from recording those for quite a bit, so I've had to take the time to recover from that before continuing to use my voice heavily to do recording or streaming, so that is going to be fixed. I will be finishing Character Discussion Week 2025 in the next few weeks. It shouldn't take too long. It's the video editing that takes a long time for any of these projects, less so the rest of it, so just hang on tight, guys. I will get it done. We have quite a few really good fan-requested characters to go over, so that will be a really good process for the beginning of the year. Anyway, here we go! So, Crying Wolf has existed in kind of a very bizarre creative position ever since it was first started. Back in 2011, I oddly enough started writing Crying Wolf originally on like some sticky notes and like notepads and little things like that. Or when I ended up with my first iPhone, I started writing in the notes of that. So for like around a year, that was how Crying Wolf existed, was within the notes on my iPhone at the time. And considering it was 2011, it was a chonky little thing. So I had that thing with me quite a lot. Now, it was not an iPhone that I would bring anywhere. Like, it didn't have service or anything. It was just some, like, really ancient little brick thing. I don't fully remember what year I ended up with the iPhone. I just remember that I ended up with this little, like, ancient iPhone that I used to screw around, play games, and write the beginning parts of Crying Wolf. I don't remember what year it was. I don't think it was actually 2011 now that I think about it. I think it was a little bit later. But my memory on those first few years is a little fuzzy. What I do remember is the original creative piece behind Crying Wolf. It just kind of appeared in my dreams one night, and it kept showing up in my dreams. Now, the shape of Crying Wolf has changed a lot over the years. It used to be, it used to be far different. Embarrassingly so. But, yeah, it's no longer that. So, yeah, Crying Wolf went from being on notepads and little sketches and things in my brain to the notes of the iPhone to eventually this really chonky Apple laptop. That thing was pretty old. My mom finished college on that thing, from what I remember. So, shout out to my mom for that. That was insane. Fantastic job. So basically, this is how we write Crying Wolf now in 2026. So each book has a large period of working on multiple drafts. Usually those drafts are around 5 drafts, unless it's book 1 that has like 12 drafts. I believe it's 12. It could be more. I don't remember. But I write a chapter, and then usually my editor will come and he'll actually read the chapter before any sort of editing process goes into it. So usually he'll come and he'll read the chapter, and if he notices anything, he'll let me know. If he doesn't, we move on to the next stage, and I keep writing. So usually there's the first rough edit / writing phase of each chapter. Now that takes place on either the document, like directly into the document, or sometimes if I'm traveling, I'm working in my phone notes again. So yeah, my phone notes have seen a lot of Crying Wolf development over the years. And then from there, it's usually going through the book when it's fully finished multiple times to fix any like plot holes, issues, things like that. Super, super important stuff. It does take a while, usually a few years, in order to get the final vision of what a book is supposed to be. And considering that we're up to book 5 right now, we're pretty far into development for the series overall. But after the around 5 drafts goes through, my editor goes in and works on quote-unquote the final draft. Now, during the time that he's working on the final draft, beta readers usually are supposed to go in and look at things as they're being fixed up and as they're in pre-edit mode. It hasn't been working the way we want it to, so I'm not sure if that's going to change shape in the next year. It's just we're lacking retention in the program, and we really need people to understand what they're signing up for when they enter the program, because they are helping us with the development of this series, and we need that feedback. Desperately need that feedback, so just random off section that may be changing shape at some point, I'm not sure. After my editor goes through and fixes the formatting of it, because I have dyslexia and nothing is written as a normal book would be written. After he fixes it, it's supposed to go to our proofreader, the final proofreader. And then at some point when the proofreader looks at it and gives us the okay, we'll begin the publishing process and get book covers done and all that. And ta-da, published book. Some stuff in between with finding a publisher, of course. Currently, my editor is finishing the final draft of book 1. I am not ready to talk about the final draft of book 1. I'm not ready to disclose how close we are, but it is so exceedingly close that my brain can't even comprehend it at this point. I know we've had a couple announcements in the past year saying it was close. No, it's close. It's exceedingly close. It's almost ready for the proofreader to go and take a look at it. So our team is really amping up to have a really big year this year. Hopefully the release of the first book. Is it a super long process for every book? Absolutely. Considering how much content is in each book, especially as they get bigger, it does take a lot of effort to work on these, so we are doing the best that we can. The team is doing a fantastic job. I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of where everything is going. And they seem very proud of me and how this has gone. So I'm very humbled by them every day. So, yeah. It's getting there. First one, we're probably gonna have to start asking around for a cover artist, because my art style, I don't want it on the cover of the first book. So there's definitely that to look forward to. So with that being said, Happy New Year, everybody. I will continue to get character discussion week videos out as much as I can, just depending on how my voice works out. Over the past few days, it hasn't been doing too well, but it is doing better. So I will finish those up for you guys and hopefully get some VODs going on the gaming channel as well. So hold on a little bit longer.